Leave your comments on the Ask Reddit sub, and I'll read your answers on the next episode of LWIAR 2. What are the best free online certificates you can complete that will actually look good on the resume? Not free but very very cheap. $50. Google Analytics Cert Edit. Actually I was wrong. I haven't been certified in a while and it used to be $50. It's free now. www.launchdigitalmarketing.com. Is this something a guy can knock out in a week? Easily. If you're already familiar with web analytics as a concept, then you could probably do it in a day. It's a 90 minutes test with 70 questions. Watch the beginner and advanced analytics videos here and you're more or less ready to take the test. Edit. Fix link originally posted from iOS mobile app which does not require HTTPS. And auto-generates Reddit markup upon posting. I regret to inform you all that I am in fact competent. Google Analytics is a website online advertising tracking platform. Basically lets you track everything anyone does on your website, i.e. page views, button clicks, video plays, even how far down the page they scrolled. Google lets you take a test for free that says you're certified to use analytics. Although, having taken it myself, I have to say it only takes about a week of studying to learn everything you need to know. FEMA certification. It's long and repetitive but it looks good to employers so they understand that you have knowledge of a basic command structure and how to handle adverse situations. Edit. For anyone looking for the link, here it is: training.fema.gov. The courses are under independent study. Edit. Wow, I'm glad so many of you found this helpful or at least interesting. Thank you for the gold, kind stranger. Also, for those asking about programs like this in other countries, this was the closest lead that I could find. Training.fema.gov. They can actually transfer as college credit if you need some elective hours. I had an oddball number of hours and I ended up 1 hour short for my degree. So I took a couple of these FEMA classes and transferred them. Edit. I'll also follow up with a link, em-study.com. It's kind of a roundabout process. Basically you convert your FEMA courses to college credit at Frederick Community College, which can then transfer those credits to your college or university. YMMV. So check with your academic advisor. I went to University of North Texas, an accredited public university, so it should work at just about any similar public school. I completed these for my resume when I applied at FEMA. I remember most of it's just common sense. I got the job but forgot most of the small details on those tests. So here's hoping common sense pays off. I have a master's in emergency management with 12 years of experience. Continuity and exercise planning certs through FEMA, and I couldn't get FEMA to even interview me. So, now I write nuclear policy. Story no one asked for. Psychological First Aid Online. Free. About 6 hours long. Hosted by the National Child Traumatic Stress Network and promoted by the U.S. Department of Veterans Affairs. You learn how to help disaster survivors get reference to the professionals they need and how to triage those with more damaging psychological distress before it gets worse. Learn the signs, symptoms, etc., and know where to forward survivors to the proper agencies. Additionally, there are some things on how to secure relief sites in consideration for physical and mental health. There are also free courses on the website regarding helping children and military families with specific issues, but since I have not taken them yet, I cannot comment on those classes. Edit. Yes, the class teaches you how to deal with both children and adults. Due to the nature of the training, psychological first aid can be comfortably taught online because there are no physical demands. I completed this in a day to enhance my resume for a master's program in psychology a while back. It looks very sharp on a resume. I hope this helps. Edit. The course is tailored to the US, but the ideas should be easily applicable anywhere. Anyone may register for a class online and take it at their own pace. If there are any issues, please let me know so I may update this post. Edit. Psychological first aid is more designed toward a large-scale response. For individual psychological training, consider the QTR Institute, which trains you in suicide prevention techniques in multiple different settings and environments. PFA for large scale, QTR for small scale. This is relevant to my life and line of work. Thank you. Bookmarks to forget about later. That's why I create a Reddit account simply for saving stuff so I have a good resource to review it when I have time. Username checks out. YouTube offers a certification in audience growth and development. It's a requirement for some job listings and people are always impressed when you say you're certified. Edit. Turns out there are limitations on who is eligible for certification. I was working at an MCN at the time, managing one of the largest channels on the site when I got certified. When applying for other jobs, every one of them said, YouTube certified is a plus, or must be YouTube certified. Edit 2. The certification process is a long one and is mostly slideshows, a series of videos and fake scenarios, with a multiple-choice quiz after each section. It covers best practices for upload schedules, thumbnails, banners, description layout, tags, really everything there is about YouTube. At the end you get emailed a .pdf from Google saying you are officially certified. This is interesting. Is it free or a reasonable fee? It's free. It takes a while to complete. The only part one had trouble with was the copyright section. You get 2 chances to pass. If you fail again you have to wait a few weeks, months, to try again. To be fair, YouTube is having trouble with the copyright section as well. If you can't use Google to find it, I think you're automatically disqualified. Salesforce Trailheads. It will teach you how to use and operate any part of Salesforce and is completely free. Lots of companies don't understand how to operate their own Salesforce, so this could get you a high-paying job free. Edit. People keep asking what Salesforce is. Salesforce is a way for a company to track everything that is done at a company. For example, Amazon, when you create an account you create a profile that they put into Salesforce that keep track of who you are. This information then can be used to sell to you, creating a custom experience. Another use could be a bank that has many customers and want to know which customers are the most loyal, have the most referrals and other such factors. Edit number 2, change it to correct name Salesforce Trailhead. Thank you, employee of Salesforce. I read your comment. I currently use Salesforce and had no idea this was a thing. Kudos. Let me tell you something. As someone who has hired a lot of staff over many years, get something to put on your resume. 90% of what we're looking for is that someone is willing to put in effort. If you can show that you've taken free courses and put in your own time to improve yourself and your career, you are far ahead of 90% of the resumes we receive. The other 10% is the skills you bring to the table. Here are some from the last time we had this thread 3 years ago. And I only remember because I had it saved. Credit to all the people that I'm stealing these links from back in that thread. Gemologist www.gia.edu, dog psychologist www.opencollege.info, medical terminology certification www.armor-ntl.org, voting Maryland only, dnr.maryland.gov, interpreting www.panaltia.com, beer judging www.bjcp.org, lactation consultant iblce.org, sql www.w3schools.com, career readiness www.act.org, purchasing www.american-purchasing.com, piping design www.spedweb.com, hazmat certificate extweb.missouri.edu, get ordained by Universal Life Church plus doctorate of metaphysics www.themonastery.org. for other cool stuff check out www.themonastery.org, get ordained by the Church of Latter-day Dudeism.com, OSHA certification www.360training.com, lots of other courses as well. Canadian OSHA equivalent www.ccohs.ca, lots of free courses there. FEMA training.fema.gov, powered actuated tool license www.ramset.com, accredited boating license in Canada, costs $C www.tc.gc.ca, www.boaterexam.com, notaryjustice.alberta.ca, X series courses, certification courses from various accredited universities, www.edx.org, project management professional, PMP certification from PMI, www.pmi.org, WHMIS Canada, www.whmis.ca, fall arrest. Also WHMIS, transportation of dangerous goods, Canada, www.fallarresttraining.ca. Active listening certificate, www.7cupsoftware.com. Google Apps certification, certification.googleapps.com. Night Game of Sealand, www.sealandgov.org. Unicorn hunting license, www.2.lssu.edu. www.1.kaplanuniversity.edu. Beer server, www.cicerone.org. Management and leadership, www.masterclassmanagement.com. CPR course, www.firstaidweb.com. A Pokemon professor, www.pokemon.com. Magic the Gathering Judge, blogs.magicjudges.org. Ordained by the Universal Life Church, www.themonastery.org. Forensic consultant training, www.acfei.com. Powder actuated tool certification, www.ramset.com. These aren't all certs, but some free classes, resources. Education-portal.com. 101science.com. Aversity.org. www.openculture.com. www.coursera.org. www.edx.org. www.gliflc.edu. Use the gloss link, www.coursaro.com. oli.cmu.edu. ocw.mip.edu. www.sailor.org. ocw.jhsph.edu. www.open.edu. ocw.tufts.edu. itunes.stanford.edu. webcastberkeley.edu. www.makeusof.com. www.futurelearn.com. www.flashcardmachine.com. freerice.com. It quizzes you on the basics of a subject you're choosing, and donates rice for each answer you get right. Once you turn off ad block, openstackscollege.org. justenglish.me. blog.boundless.com. freescience.info. Not free depending on the state you live in, but look into becoming a notary public. You are able to notarize legal documents. I've had a couple of friends ask if I can stop by their offices to notarize documents for people. Super useful to have around. In NYS, it's $15 to take the test, and if you pass 70% minimum of multiple choice, it's $60 to get the license. But I've definitely got in my value for it, and it's good for the entire state. Damn, that's cheap. In Arizona you have to buy like $5,000 in bonds or something. Actually, I just checked again. It looks like you have to get a $5,000 bond that costs $25 and the registration fee is another $25. I'll have to look into it. For Canada, I'm in Ontario, but this is right up my alley, lol. It's $60 to get the license. Damn, my notary license cost me like $150,000. Granted, it also entitles me to practice law in my state, but I still feel like I got ripped off. www.deputyheartattack.org. I had to do it a few years ago for a hospital I worked at. It's a basic little certification that shows you understand the signs of heart attack and also goes into why people are reluctant to get help. It doesn't give you a CPR certification or anything, but the idea is if you catch it early enough, you won't have to do compressions. Good info in it. Edit. Neat. I'm at work tonight and unable to respond to everyone, but, as other people have said, if someone becomes unresponsive, do compressions. Don't waste your time trying to figure out if they're having a heart attack. To the people who took the little course offered on the website, I really hope you found it valuable. Edit 2. Yes, please do check for a pulse before cracking ribs. I've seen them done on people who weren't actually in cardiac arrest and they did not enjoy it. Should have included that in the last edit. FreeCodeCamp.com offers an online certificate in front-end programming, HTML5, CSS, JavaScript and jQuery, with zero experience required. Definitely worth it to check it out. In my own experience, FCC 6 months into their program is one of the worst sites for learning coding. There are tons of better, free or very affordable resources out there. Here is one, and here's another excellent starting point for getting into coding. If you're a programmer who uses databases, MongoDB is providing free MongoDB certification at university.mongodb.com/courses. This is a great way to get certified on one of the leading NoSQL databases out there. On the EPA website, you can get a certificate for NPDES, National Pollution Discharge Elimination System. Will be good for any environmental, energy, chemical, or related field job. Edit. www.epa.gov. Click recorded to scroll down to section 1. 4 years Reddit experience. 2013 Reddit Gold Coin Award recipient. Expertise with over 24 subscription forums. Awarded over 100 upvotes. And this is how you BS a resume, boys and girls. You forgot. Helped create one of the top 5 most visited websites in the US by commenting. You create part of Reddit, so it's not even BS. IBM Watson Analytics 101. It may only be free for students, but it does give you a certification. My professor said this would be good to have on your resumes and will assure you really understand the power of big data, analytic tools. CognitiveClass.ai. EDX and MITx has a ton of free courses online. After the course you can get a certificate from them by passing a test that costs anywhere from free up to $500, but most are around $50. www.edx.org. Back 5 years ago MIT announced badges where you could take MIT courses, and then if you passed an online test you would get a badge that said you knew the subject. While I can find a poster for it, I cannot seem to find the MIT site to use. If you have a public library card, lots of cities partner with lynda.com, which you can access for free through your public libraries portal. Normally the subscription is about $800 per year. I don't think there are certifications, but there's tons of courses and learning paths. Boating license. It's an 8-hour class and easy test. Works in every state in the USA and all of Canada. Free for people under 18. $10 for over 18. No renewal required. I honestly forgot all the rules, but it's a great thing to have. Boating license. It's an 8-hour class and easy test unless your name is SpongeBob SquarePants. Then you will never pass. The Digital Garage by Google. It shows that you have knowledge of how online marketing, analytics, AdWords, email marketing, etc. works. It's a good introductory certificate and you can put it up on LinkedIn. Universal Life Church ordained minister. Still have the printout from ULC in my garage. I've performed 3 marriages and oversaw 1 funeral. All the marriages ended in divorce within 2 to 3 years. But the woman from the funeral is still dead. Edit. My first Reddit Gold. Thanks, kind benefactor. Considering I'm ordained, write it off as tax deductible. Obviously I'm as good a tax advisor as I am a minister. Not free but very cheap. $30 plus or minus. Stackskills.com offers classes that range anywhere from learning how to become a network penetration tester, how to hack Android phones, how to code, and how to make apps. It's extremely useful and they have a solid refund policy if it doesn't work out for you. Edit. The average price I noticed on there was $30. There are many classes that are cheaper and also some that are more expensive. They also sometimes come in bundles, which really gives you more bang for your buck. You can get 6 Sigma white belt for free. Looks great for supply chain majors. Thanks for watching LWIAR 2. The best of all time r/AskReddit submissions and comments. If you like this video, check out the original LWIAR channel. And don't forget to like and subscribe.